Did you know there's more to Toronto than just the downtown core? In this video, I'm going to talk about the 5 top suburbs that you can consider when you're looking at the Greater Toronto area. And we're going to get into that right now. Hello everyone, my name is Nasira Jamal. I'm a local realtor right here in the Greater Toronto area. If this is your first time to the channel and you want to learn everything there is to know about living, working, playing, eating, sleeping, and even the top 5 neighborhoods or suburbs in the Toronto area, make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn your notification on so you get notified every time I upload a new video. Honestly, I get so many calls for people that are relocating to the Toronto area, and I absolutely love it. So if you're thinking about moving into the area, make sure you give me a call, send me an email, shoot me a text. Heck, you can even send a pigeon carrier. I've got your back when you're moving into the Greater Toronto area. So I get a lot of questions from people that are relocating or moving into the GTA, the Greater Toronto area, as to what are the 5 top suburbs that they should perhaps consider looking at. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about just that. The first one, the first suburb is at the west end area of the GTA, and it's called Oakville. Oakville is one of the most established cities in Ontario, and it is actually one that has a country charm vibe to it. It is, however, a larger city than what most people think, and it does have a bad reputation in the sense that people think Oakville is only for the rich. Now, to tell you the truth, there is waterfront in Oakville where homes are quite expensive, and you're looking at 1.7 upwards to 2, 3, 4, $5 million. However, Oakville has a lot of other sections for middle class families that where there's affordability. The average homes are about $994,000. There is townhouse living. There are condominium townhouse living. There's also smaller condo style apartments that can also be a great start. If you are, looking at Oakville in terms of transportation to Toronto, there is a GO station. You can easily get to Union Station in about under an hour. So you don't need a car if that is one of the things that you're considering, meaning that your work is in the downtown area. The other thing with Oakville is it is actually quite diverse, and what we're finding is a lot of people moving out of sort of the more busier areas like Mississauga, and kind of traveling a little bit outside and finding areas that have a little bit more green space. So Oakville does have beautiful parks. Glen Abbey's there, which is a golf course community. So really, for people that want to raise a family, for good schooling, there's great plazas, restaurants, and shopping. So this is a great area, and it's easily accessible to the downtown core. So the second suburb that I'm going to talk about is called New Tecumseth. Now this is north of Toronto, about an hour and 15 minutes away. You are going to need a vehicle if you're living in this area. However, what you are going to benefit from is the affordability factor. Homes are much cheaper out this way. You're looking at an average price of about $600,000 depending on the style of home you're looking for. So townhomes, semi-detached and detached. A lot of the homes are going to give you more space, meaning larger lot sizes. So again, depending on what you're looking for, you can definitely get more bang for your buck in this area. New Tecumseth actually comprises of 3 rural villages, Tottenham, Beaton, and Alliston. And so you do have options in terms of where, which type of community you want to be in, even within those 3 villages or towns that comprise of New Tecumseth. And what I really find that people that love living here are people that are really liking the outdoors. They really want to be engaged in nature. They want to be, involved in those community festivals. So Beaton has the Honey and Garden Festival. Alliston is known for their potato festival. So these kinds of things are really part of building that community feel. And you'll love it if that is something that is what your lifestyle or the type of lifestyle you want to create. It is ranked one of the safest areas in Ontario to live in. So again, for families that are raising children and want to have that peace of mind. Also, schools are in the area, so you don't have to be traveling so far out if you are working in Toronto, though. However, as I mentioned, you will need a vehicle, and it's gonna be about an hour and 15 minutes, depending on traffic. The other thing to note here is that, the other areas in the north you're very close to, like Orangeville, you're close to Shelburne. On the other side, you've got Newmarket. So again, things in the north, because you're in this section, you still have access to a lot of other larger towns like Newmarket. There is a mall there, Upper Canada Mall. So you can definitely, take that 45-minute drive and get to a shopping center. However, within Alliston and Beaton and Tottenham, there are, smaller plazas and shops and grocery stores and convenience stores and dollar stores and things like that. So again, it's very, very quaint for families. And if you're looking for sort of that slower paced life, you may want to check New Tecumseth out. So the third suburb I'm going to talk about is Milton, located west of Toronto, about 45 minutes away. You are going to find this very historic town that is one of the fastest growing cities in Canada. And over the last 15 years, it has seen exponential growth. So if you like newer homes, you like the idea of still having that old town charm, then Milton is definitely one that I would recommend that you check out. Now, this particular area west of Toronto is accessible. You have a GO station that will, of course, take you down to Union Station. You've got transportation, busing. You do need a vehicle to get around, in terms of the town itself, if you're going to travel. Even into Toronto, really. If you aren't using the GO, you will need a vehicle to get downtown. But really, Milton offers something that is really central. It's great for families. It's a safe area, lots of school options, and you have the accessibility to the neighboring towns like Mississauga, Oakville, Burlington, Brampton. You really are having the access and the luxury of living in an area that has everything from shopping to schools to parks and entertainment. So Milton is definitely one to check out. The average price here, you're looking at about $769,000. For a detached home, you're up about $900,000. However, you are going to find that you will get a little bit more in terms of square footage here for the type of home. And again, depending on where you find yourself liking, meaning the West End area, then Milton will be one to really check out. That has a lot of different features that include accessibility. So the fourth suburb that I'm going to talk about is located north of Toronto, called Newmarket. Now, this is really a balance between having big city lights and small town charm. Located about an hour away, you will find that Newmarket offers the families that are really looking for balance between access to the downtown core as well as cottage country. So we've got Highway 400 and 404, very, very accessible to get into the northern lakes area. If you like cottaging, then this particular spot in the GTA may be perfect for you. Also, in terms of housing, you will find a little bit more affordability in terms of just compared to Toronto. You will find housing average price about $714,000. You can get access to townhomes, semi-detached and detached. What you'll find is there's not a lot of condominium style living in Newmarket, but you do have access to more affordability in housing. The other thing that really it offers, unlike some of the other suburbs, is a very strong economic landscape in the healthcare field. So lots of job opportunities if you are in the healthcare sector. Doctors, nurses, healthcare professionals, you will find there's a lot of job opportunities here. So Newmarket has actually drawn a lot of people from the perspective of affordable housing and employment opportunities. So if you are looking at, having a lifestyle that includes being close to cottage country, job accessibilities in the healthcare field especially, then definitely I would recommend checking Newmarket out. So the fifth suburb that I'm going to talk about is an area east of Toronto called Whitby. It's about an hour away from the downtown core. Access to the 401 is very easy. Now, the 130,000 residents that live in the area already really enjoy Whitby for its open spaces. There's lots of green space. And also what we find here is that the houses tend to have larger backyards, larger driveways, and they're not house on top of house. The average price in the area is about $681,000. And for a lot of people, the ability to afford a detached home is very promising in the Whitby area. One of the things I will note here is that it's not as diverse as some of the other suburbs that we've talked about. And this really could be a drawback for some. However, there is a lot of new construction going up, lots of new development. So what we're going to find is a lot more people moving into the Whitby area based on affordability. And now with the COVID situation, a lot more people are able to work from home, which really opens up the idea of where they can live. And I think Whitby will become one of those areas where there will be a lot more people coming into it. Now, it does have a very nice small town charm to it. Now, because of its size, and I think it will continue to hold that, even though it will grow over the next number of years. The other advantage that Whitby has is it has a very strong local economy, especially in the manufacturing industry. So if you're looking for employment in the manufacturing sector, this may be a great option for you to check out because you will have more options to employment here. And for a lot of people, this is where, they will look at affordability from the aspect of transportation. If you live and work in the same city, it really lowers your cost overall in terms of cost of living. I will be doing another video on the cost of living for the GTA, so definitely look out for that. But Whitby is a great option if you're looking for an area that is accessible to the downtown core, but has its own small town feel, and you still have accessibility to shopping, schools, and transportation. So if you're thinking about moving into the Greater Toronto area and you want to either go out looking for a home in a specific area or you want to really check out some of the suburbs that we've talked about, you got to give me a call, send me a text, shoot me an email. Heck, you can even send a pigeon carrier. I've got your back when you're looking to move into the Greater Toronto area. Until the next video, I'll catch you later.